Hey guys, what's up? It's Saltstone, aka Livingstone in the game, Saltstone on the forums. I'm here at Landmark Chronicle. It's my website that I'm trying to promote, and as servers are down, maybe if I keep trying it's gonna work. No, how many of us are doing that right now? I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Landmark Chronicle because I think I've done a pretty poor job in some of my posts that I've put out on the web, and I'm really trying to get a better turnout to what I think can be a great idea. And I first off want to say that I'm not trying to compete with websites like EQ Hammer, User Generated Content, or EQ Builder, or the Wikia, or anything like that. Those guys are professionals and they're doing what they do, and that's cool. So basically, I had a little moment here where I wanted to start chronicling what's going on in Landmark from right from the get-go. And so I was going to start a blog, and I did. I created the Landmark Nerd as an alias, kind of a blogging thing. And I quickly had a nerdplosion, you might call it, where I went a little crazy, and I thought I had a great idea. So I kind of ran with it. So I created a website called this, and there's a little write-up here. And basically, it happened when I was messing around with the Twitter feature in the game that is absolutely brilliant, and I've never had anything like that because I've never been really into Twitter, and I just really signed up for the game. So I'm trying to get a hang of it all. It's pretty crazy now, but so yeah, as I was basically taking screenshots of myself and sending them to myself because I had no followers. I was thinking, oh, look at all these great screenshots. So I thought, wouldn't it be great if I had screenshots of everyone else's, because mine look pretty good, so why don't I get some other people to submit some stuff? So that's where I'm like, okay, maybe I can do that. So I created kind of a portfolio system where I'm hoping users will submit a screenshot of themselves, like the Epic Voidlust has, and Sag, however you say it, I can spell it, and Vergatis. I'm hoping to fill up this with as many players from Landmark, playing or not playing, as possible. And each page that I can create here is going to work as a catalog of people where you can just search them, Voidlust, and it will pull up what they've done. So I'd click on that, but we'll do that in 2 seconds. And anyways, you can totally do that. So yeah, so I had some submissions. Voidlust was gracious enough to send in some stuff and created a great post. I just received, I think this is kind of a generic blog. She's around. She's pretty much out there connected to a couple sites, which is awesome. And this is some of her incredible stuff that she's made. She's made, not sure. Anyways, yeah, so thankful enough she submitted this media for it. These can be videos, whatever you want. It could be a poster, it could be a drawing. You can submit whatever you want, because this is kind of like a little promotional page for you inside of a catalog of users compiled by the Landmark Chronicle, which is basically all just eye candy, because you can get some serious great shots like I have in the background from this game, and it's really awesome. So anyways, I'm rambling on. Here's a little write-up that she had. She wanted me to feature the Late Spring community, which she's a member of, which is great. So I will link any description, any URL, anything that you want, linking to something that that you have and that you're proud of and that you want to promote. So essentially there's her Twitter handle and her forum name, and then she's also supplied me with a gallery of her own. So there's all of her creations in a nice little photo bucket, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. And it'd be great to have players on board with doing this. This this URL can be anything. Maybe you're a 3D modeler and you've got a link to a real life site. Maybe it's to DeviantArt. Maybe it's to wherever it is that you have, that you're proud of, that you do stuff. Maybe you make like collages that you're proud of. Maybe you make like you know, just general whatever that you're proud of, that you want to promote. Oh, what did I do? You can do that. So just send me a link, and these little share icons, we're all pretty familiar with them, but these aren't to share anything of mine. It's not going to share the Landmark Chronicle website. It's going to share this. So if you like voidless stuff and you want to share it on any one of these, you can share away to whoever you want. So I like that feature. That's pretty cool. So anyways, you go back to Landmarkians. This is just a term that I've seen Dexella use, and I'm hoping that's just what we're called. As time goes on, and there'll be different different races, who knows, maybe different classes, I can separate this into whoever. So when you click on that, it will basically decipher them and give you only that selection of whatever you want, which is kind of cool, and I'll show you that in the cities and guilds page. So you click on this and you get your cities, guilds, or gaming communities. So cities, I don't have any listed yet. Late spring is coming up soon. And there's your guilds. And I've had Vita Nova as the first guild submission, and this basically functions as a recruitment page for them. So here's a screenshot that they've supplied. It's really cool, by Vergatis, and he's back there in the Landmarkians. I could have given you some credit there, but I'm giving your guild credit here now. So this is Vita Nova. They've linked their application page, which is totally cool. Boom, there you go. Apply to Vita Nova. They rule. Bringers of a New Dawn. And you can go from there, and if you want to share any of that, and they can submit a write-up, and you can leave a comment, and you can do all that stuff. Go to player and events and content. This is kind of a little bit more, I don't know, kind of a broader section, because we don't really know what's going to go on with AI, with combat, with any of those kind of good stuff that I can't wait to hear about, but it's going to be totally cool. So events would be like Voidless in Wonderland. So I don't have any listed here because, you know, we haven't hit beta yet. Hopefully, knock on wood. Should try that right now. Let's just see while I'm making this. Maybe I'll just stop the video, because how many of you are just doing this exact same thing? Maybe if I hit it just this once, it'll work. No? It's been saying 20 to 30 minutes for like way too long now. Anyways, sorry I went off there a little bit. So creations, here's a great one by Mercenova. She submitted the Elven shelves, which are incredible. They are no longer there. They've been destroyed. But some great screenshots, eye candy. This is what I'm talking about. That's, you know, we all like to see, and that's why it's going to be presented in a nice portfolio view. You can share it at all, you can comment, yeah, you can do that. So back to the section, say when this gets up and running, we've got combat, we've got AI, we've got all those kind of things, and dungeons are being thrown up everywhere in the world across, you know, the however many islands we have. I can create a dungeon category and separate it into islands, which would be cool. But right now we'll click on dungeons. Say these are functional dungeons out in the world. You can click on it and it will give you, you know, this is my event that I created, but it'll give you a picture of the dungeon. You can post a video of it, you can post whatever it is, you could post the names of the AI in there. You could write a backstory like I kind of did in my little event here. You give it some lore, you could tell us like why it's there in the world, you can tell it like what the hell's up with it. It could be a cave with one NPC, or it could be, you know, a massive build with 50 NPCs spanning, you know, so many claims built by, you know, an acclaimed group of builders. But the great thing about this is that you click on dungeons, your little cave that has one NPC is going to be found right beside this massive build. So when somebody is looking to do something, they can come here and they can say, hey, what's new in the world, and check on dungeons, and boom, there's a visual. Maybe you don't like it because it's way in the desert. Maybe you don't want to go to a desert dungeon. Maybe you want to go to a tundra dungeon, and that's over here. But maybe that's too hard, so maybe you'll go to this one. Have a little read up. I don't know, I think it's a pretty slick way to advertise what you've built, and keep it looking pretty great. So to submit some of your content, you just click here, and it kind of works like other sites out there, where, like, you know, Econex Builder kind of runs the same way, where you submit their stuff. And keep in mind, like, I'm not trying to compete with like a site like that or anything like that. Like, this is basically going to be an archive as well, so, you know, I think they're more focused on running some contests around builds and stuff like that. I don't know if I'll be offering any contests or anything like that through Landmark Chronicle. I just want to get you guys promoting yourselves, and I just really want to have a cool place for you guys to post some stuff, and yeah, and see how it evolves. The project is basically to get as many Landmarkians with their pretty screenshots up here, so you can say, hey, I want to look at Livingstone, what they've done today, or what they've done, or who they are, because I saw them chop and burl wood in, you know, on Cave Island. And yeah, there they are. There's a little write-up. Maybe well, so you can see I'm a great explorer, so I'm going to have a cool little backstory there when I submit it, and maybe I'm going to create some lore of my own, which leads me to another section of this that eventually takes off. I'm really into lore. I love it. I've been a role player in several different games. I'm kind of giddy not having a direction of where my character can go in this, because I don't know what's going on in the world. So I signed up to join the community of Lay Spring, essentially because there's going to be some lore that's going to be starting based around the first city that's ever that's ever began in Landmark. So that's really cool. So to see that all unfold is something I want to chronicle, and I want to have kind of an idea of how it started. So I'm totally thrilled with that aspect. But as lore comes in and pops up, I would love a place for all of that to be cataloged and chronicled. So, you know, you could type in a keyword of wherever the search engine went, it's on another page, you know, of what an event was, and it'll bring you up that catalog portion of here it is. And I'm pretty excited about that, and I think it would be great. And yeah, anyways, so to go from that point, yeah, I did start a little blog. I'm more interested in this site than my blog. I'll get back to that as this picks up or kind of steadies out a little bit. I'm trying to really push it to get as many people interested in this as possible, but yeah, I don't really have much to say right now because I'm not in game. And so yeah, anyways, going to the weekly chronicle, you can submit your email address here. The first one's going to launch at 25 subscribers. I think I'm around 20 right now, so I need a couple more, and it's going to be a weekly chronicle. Think newsletter, think in-game newspaper, think whatever you want, and it's going to basically be created by me, and hopefully some player submissions that are going to be basically focusing on what's going on in the world, because I can island hop to as many events as possible, but there's not really going to be a way to do that. So if people can correspond with what the event's going on and we can circulate it, that's going to be awesome. So I'm hoping that in my weekly newsletter, because I don't really receive any right now, I'm going to be able to put people's posts. Say somebody did something great, and maybe they're not even posting it here. They don't have to use the Landmark Chronicle. Like maybe they posted on Econex Builder. I gotta feature Econex Builder, this amazing build that they've done in the weekly chronicle, if people have to see it and they just want to get out and see the events. And as events unfold, you know, as like Void Lust in Wonderland, people want to know what's going on maybe a couple days in advance, and instead of going to the forums, and I know they're creating a new site on the forum, but you never know how that's going to work. There tends to be a lot of topics, especially in beta and alpha, that completely push other topics to the bottom of the list, which is, you know, it happens. That is going to be a more concise way to get these events to people. and they'll basically be submitted to them in email form in a little newsletter that I'm going to make up. And hopefully it takes off. It's going to cover. I've got a couple emails out to some people on the forums that are very vocal in some the future aspects of this game, which are fantastic, like PvP and combat and AI. And I'd really like to hear their perspective on how to get that information into the weekly newsletter that can be generated to go out. And if they're on Reddit and then that's their key hangout, or if they're on podcasts, rather than just trying to push that in the forum in, you know, a 48 long page post that can get really lengthy, and people are missing points of it and they aren't paying attention, and you know, maybe they didn't see that post that day. I mean, this will be another outlet for them to kind of get that focus of that topic and post it and promote it and send it around to people, which would be great, because the more people having a conversation about those key elements of how this game is going to shape is going to be you know, pretty important, hopefully, because that's what the devs are looking for. And in a nutshell, that's kind of my project, and I'm honest, I'm not sure how this is going to go, and I'm really going to try to make it take off. And so the key aspects of Landmark Chronicle are having a pretty catalog of faces, having a searchable, having a promotional tool for any other site that you want, and all the other big sites included, like any site. Maybe you just want to link to whatever, you know, maybe tsn.com for people in Canada, or whatever. You can do do whatever, but hopefully it pertains to the Landmark Chronicle, or your Landmark. Can't even talk right now. So anyways, that's kind of my idea, and I just want to, you know, posting things as they develop and getting an idea of how they're going to be in the world is what I want to do. So I probably should have stopped talking about 5 minutes ago. So I'm just going to go, and hopefully you like it and hear more from people. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. Thanks.